matchup on tap, as it'll be the Dallas Cowboys taking on the Minnesota Vikings. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
Now a first carry for the former Tar Heel, Javonte Williams. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37, gain of 9.
Now that was an excellent run, and when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job, and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block, but the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes, so when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've got to hit the jackpot there.
And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield. 14 yards, good for a Cowboy first down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, this shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Prescott now from the 50. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, second and 2.
He decided to run a hitch run. It really helped to have a guy that can turn it loose. And boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
Second and a couple. Now a give up the middle to Williams. And that one opened up for him well as he'll take this down to the 26-yard line. Give him 15 there, and the Cowboys have a first.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
It's straight ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
He's got this to Pickens. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
A lot of precision being shown on this opening drive. They've been methodical, they've been crisp, and as a reward, they're going to be set up with an early first and goal.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. That'll be a pickup of 5 on the keeper. It's second down.
Some good, strong running right there. Some power and some explosiveness. Just about got him into the end zone.
On second and goal, standing alone in the backfield is Williams. He'll get it up the middle. And he is unable to get in. They stop him at the line of scrimmage. Calling a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's third and goal. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, but now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking?
The sneak successful from a yard out. And the Cowboys will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon.
And this is something right out of the Philadelphia playbook. They were successful running this with Jalen Hurts. But this is a copycat league, so if it works for them, everyone thinks it'll probably work for us. And here, it does.
Aubrey good with a PAT. And it's now a 7-0 game. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. Shifts by him. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. And now out comes Minnesota. Looking to put a drive together. To the air with McCarthy. Going underneath, he's got Hawkinson.
Ran To me, what's important right here on this drive is for them to get at least 2 first downs. They've got to give their defense a chance to settle down, catch their breath a little bit after they give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
From the 33, here's a 2nd and 5. And they'll send the slot in motion left. Now he's going to step up and run. 8 yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a first down.
And that's an early scramble that can be viewed positively by either side. From the offensive point of view, it begins to establish it as a possibility to keep it on certain plays. And defensively, they avoided giving up a huge play in one of their first tests in containing a quarterback on the run.
On play action, now McCarthy. Now he'll take this and run. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Brandon, once that one broke down, there were only so many options left for him to take. Fortunately, only first down, so he smartly got the yardage he could get and didn't worry about trying to turn it into a bigger play and end up taking a bigger loss. Here, they hope they can regroup and get something different going here on 2nd down.
An inside give to Jones. And a pretty good burst there as he gets this across midfield and down to the 46. 12 yards there, first down Vikings.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 46. He gets it to Addison. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it's 2nd down.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
Throwing is McCarthy. And he's caught at the 10-yard line. That goes for a gain of 31. Pretty good timing. He waited just enough for that post play to develop and laid it right in there.
And you know what a lot of teams do when they decide to throw a post route? Because it's a little bit longer developing play, they max protect. Bring everyone in, keep the tight end in, an extra back to make sure the quarterback has time to deliver the football.
This is caught. Touchdown. Justin Jefferson. A 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Vikings are able to match the opening drive touchdown against them with one of their own. He was on point throwing the ball right there. He had the big play to get him down close, and then he delivers a touchdown pass on 1st and goal.
And you mentioned the big play that got him down close. I think that big play left them reeling a little bit. They didn't recover from it. And you know, they also happen to have a short memory on defense after a big play against you. Looks like their memory was a little too long there.
Scored 7-7 here as the kick's away. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Second drive forthcoming here for the Dallas Cowboys. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other. I know this may be jumping the gun a little bit, but 7-7, they're flinging it around like crazy. Look at the drive that's going on here. Partner, we may have to start thinking about one of these defenses just holding someone to a field goal and maybe trying to get an advantage that way.
Got a man over the middle. It's Williams. We've seen quite a bit of a short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Well, a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
No coverage bust by the defense here. They did a nice job accounting for everybody, and that led to an incompletion.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. To the air again, Prescott. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 39.
Normally on 3rd down and short yardage, you're thinking of throwing to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the first down and then some.
Here's Prescott. Out of his hands quickly to CeeDee Lamb.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slam. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. Now Williams running left. And only able to get 2 here, stopped at the 30. These two teams all tied after 1. Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. On the sneak, it's Prescott. And he will have a Cowboys first down. At least it would appear that way. He didn't get it by much, but yes, they do get the conversion on 3rd and 1.
They pick it up on 3rd and 1 on the quarterback sneak, and that's not easily done because there are extra bodies in there on the defensive side, and they're moving forward at the snap.
Yeah, I was certainly expecting a handoff, weren't you?
Yeah, I totally was. I thought they'd go with a back, maybe try and get a lead blocker in front. But as you talk about in different games, those guys with confidence in their offensive line, they just want to move forward and get it.
So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he could break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Throwing. Prescott. They'll set up the screen. This is Williams. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up 1st and goal.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
They'll try and run. This is Williams. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
I thought he did a nice job there setting an edge and make sure nothing could get to the outside. But he decided that wasn't enough for him. Worked his way back inside and made the tackle on the ball carrier.
Now Prescott. Going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. Javon Hargrave, the D-tackle, getting the sack.
3rd down.
2nd goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football. Had to eat it and ended up on the ground.
3rd and goal and still a long way from the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 16. The keeper nets him only a yard, and that's going to bring up 4th. Such a long drive here. 3 points. That would be a disappointment, but I don't know if you can go for it here, can you?
Well, you know, the defense was really giving them a lot all the way downfield, and now they've stiffened. Forget that bend, don't break. Now they don't even want to let them get a yard, do they? So in this spot, you remember what the coaches told us before the ball game? Any drive that ends with a kick is going to be okay with us, whether it's a punt, a field goal, or an extra point. Take the field goal right here.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number one. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. And the Vikings taking the field here for their second drive of the game. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
Man, confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in second and long yardage.
After the loss to start out, here's second and 11. Looking to throw McCarthy. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's third down.
Well, the great coach said football is really a simple game. Rush theirs, protect yours. And he's talking about those guys throwing the football. In this situation, the rush one, hitting the quarterback and forcing him into an incompletion.
Here's McCarthy. Setting up the screen here, Aaron Jones. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. They'll wind up losing a yard on the play. And that's going to make it fourth down.
To me, this is a case of if you're not getting the ball, you've got to do your job and block for the guy who is, because there really wasn't much there. And, boy, the defense took advantage without loss.
And the defense, they were just locked in there on third. They had more guys than they could block. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at about the 32. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Got an open man, it's Pickens. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive, 1st down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield. Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
They stick to the ground game on 1st down. It's Williams. And an excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22. 70 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this 1st down.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium, because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
Good yardage there on 1st down, exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making 1st downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd down play.
And he stopped immediately there. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
The Cowboys on third down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Prescott now. Gets it underneath to Blue. And the Cowboys are going to have 1st and goal coming up as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 2. The gain of 5 that time gives them the conversion and makes it 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 9-yard line.
Now Prescott. Screenplay set up for Williams. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Javonte Williams from 8 yards out. And the Cowboys are able to add on to that lead. Aubrey now for the point after. It's good to make it 17-7.
Makes the score Cowboys 17, Vikings 7.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. They find themselves down 17-7 as they start this drive 1st and 10. Now McCarthy. Now he's going to step up and run. And he'll slide to a high here. Still a little shy of the 1st down marker. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
Certainly not the way they drew it up in the playbook, but that's why they love this guy back there. He sees things breaking down, and he's more than capable of finding an escape route and still getting a decent gain.
McCarthy, he'll set to throw it. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. The Vikings going to signal for their 1st of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. So 7 yards from the 1st down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. From the gun on 3rd down, McCarthy. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That good for 19 yards as they pick up the conversion on 3rd.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on 3rd down, and they keep the drive going.
Working out of the gun is McCarthy. This one caught. It's the tight end Hawkinson. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
For a tight end, he's got good straight line speed, and on that route, he's often the guy that gets overlooked. Nice job there of finding him in stride for really good yardage.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the 1st half. Now 2nd and 9. Looking to throw. McCarthy. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down, executed it to perfection. He's got his tight end over the middle, T.J. Hawkinson. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Gets around him. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the third. And right out of the gate, they face what you'd think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start clawing back, they've got to start putting a little pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done.
Boy, left that first defender grasping at air as he winds up getting a full 8 yards on that play.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. McCarthy operating from the gun. That is caught. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them in the gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
On play action, McCarthy. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his 2nd incompletion.
Well, if he's not locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, but a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
What's not cool about the gain there on 2nd down? That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. To the air again, McCarthy. He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have a Vikings first down, and he's going to have it by plenty. Able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 2.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Here's 2nd and 7. Jefferson going to go in motion right. On play action, now McCarthy. Blitz coming, and down he goes. A well-designed corner blitz that gets him for a loss of 8 yards.
And the passing game's been struggling a bit today, and that was the latest example. Haven't been getting much yardage out of it, and now on his back after the last play, he faces 3rd and long.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. Jordan Addison, 30 yards. And the Vikings have got it back to within a score.
Well, that's what I call an answer right there. They gave up a sack on the previous play. How about what they did to finish things off, turning it right back around?
That's the response, and that O-line feels a lot better now, don't they?
Yeah, without a doubt, because giving up the sack on the previous play, that just hurts those guys because they never want to see their guy get hit.
Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings move it away. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Cowboys offense now, they head out for their first possession of the second half. And maybe some renewed pressure on this unit following the touchdown a moment ago. It's back to a one-score game.
And because of that pressure, because it's now a one-score game, they know this is where you need to slow the momentum change, because otherwise that could overrun your team. You've got to be careful right here.
And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Now a 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Prescott. And he's got his man in stride. Complete. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays, because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage, as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage, because man coverage, they're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
There may have been a little bit of an element of surprise there. 3rd and inches and the quarterback sneak. I still feel like this is a play that often is reserved for 4th down.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Prescott to throw this time. He finds his man, complete. It's Ferguson. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. Give him 15 there, and the Cowboys have a first.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus, and indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
And after that type of a run, there's some talking going on down on the field, but it's not trash talking. The guy who just carried the ball, he's going back and telling his offensive line, great job, keep it up, and we'll break that one soon.
Williams going to get it again on 2nd down. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Not too many more ideal situations at 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a first down. They ran it and picked it up.
They'll stay on the ground with Williams. 95 yards for him on the ground now. He has been terrific here this afternoon.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Here's a 2nd and 3 now from the 33. They try the left side here with Williams. And he'll go down at the 28. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
Prescott fires one out wide, complete. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Jake Ferguson, 28 yards. And the Cowboys are able to extend their lead. Circle that drive, because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give them a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it, keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it was in the center of the ring or putting them on the ropes, because it was jab, jab, jab. And finally, the haymaker to put that drive away.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Minnesota's offense takes over possession. They did what they had to do to start this third quarter. Went down, got the touchdown to cut the lead, but the matching touchdown a moment ago, and we're right back where we started at halftime.
Yeah, you're exactly right, partner. They had a little bounce in their step after scoring that first touchdown, but the defense gave one up, and that's the problem right now. Can they get better play from their defense while they continue to score on offense?
And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Hasn't had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. The two big plays right in succession as this one goes for 27. They've kept him in check until that run. That's the first time he's really gotten loose in this game.
And they have to keep that in mind. Don't dwell on the fact that he finally had a big run. You kind of are counting on that as the game went on. Get back to what you were doing before. Start limiting him again.
Looking for a seam, but finding none. We'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Jadeveon Clowney there on the stop. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
That was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's the Vikings in possession of the football, but they need some points. They're trailing here to start the fourth. Throwing is McCarthy to Jefferson on the slant. So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and that will bring up 3rd and 1.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
They'll try and run for it with Jones. And Jones is not going to have the first down as they stop him short. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
For the Vikings field goal. A 34-yard attempt.
And his kick is good. And this is back down to a 7-point game. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings booming away. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And he'll weave all the way up to just a few yards shy of midfield. A great return. And now here come the Cowboys. Their lead back down to 1 score after the field goal a moment ago, so they'll be looking to string together a few first downs, likely on the ground as they begin 1st and 10. They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. And a good run here as he'll run all the way down to the 40-yard line. 113 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Prescott. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He cannot hang on. It's 3rd down.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. The offense on 3rd down, they have been superb. 5 for 6 to this point. This is going to be 3rd and 13. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
It's now.
Oh, that's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
Field goal. A 59-yard attempt.
And he missed it. It's no good. And this will remain a one-touchdown game. That one hurts a bit. That was a golden opportunity to possibly put this one on ice, but he comes up empty.
And how big of a miss might that turn out to be? Stay tuned. There's still time left on the clock. This could be critical.
Still a one-score game. Had he hit that, it would have been 2 scores. They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And he ran right through one tackle as he fights forward for a gain of 7.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
From the 43, it's 2nd and 3. They'll go again to Jones. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up.
I know they've got to be careful not to go to the well too often, but it's a fine line, isn't it? Because sometimes, if you've got success, you want to just keep pounding away.
But no success there. They rallied quickly on the defensive end. To the air with McCarthy. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a 1st down.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
Justin Jefferson bringing in the slam. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
Brings up 2nd.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher. 3rd and 6.
How about the job there on the outside? Shed the wide receiver and was able to make the tackle on the perimeter.
So 3rd down, they need to get to the 28 for a 1st. Looking to throw McCarthy. He'll try and do this himself. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. A good decision in the end to pull it and run, gets him 9 yards and a 1st. Well, there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the 4th quarter, picking up the 1st.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key time, and that's what he did, although you and I both know it wasn't planned that way. But what a nice job using his eyes, scanning the field, and realizing when it was time to exit the pocket and go.
He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
I do think it's fair to say that they were caught off guard a little bit. We decided not to throw it on 1st down. But give them credit. They recovered in time to deny him the 1st down yardage. But it's only 2nd and short. So that run is still likely to lead to a new set of downs.
Mason on the toss. Trying to get out wide, but he's going to be tackled right near the line of scrimmage. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly, the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
And McCarthy going to sneak it. And he's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there. Only a few inches needed on the sneak. He didn't get it, and now it's 4th down.
No gain? Quarterback sneak? No gain? Aren't you supposed to get something out of that?
Yeah, needed a full yard there. McCarthy going to sneak it. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the first.
I think in this situation, all you want to do is make sure your guys are set up front. No one jumps, no penalties. Sometimes we even call cadence, just go and pick it up.
Yeah, because it's on them. I mean, the quarterback's job's pretty easy there.
It really is. You talk about inches, just go get it.
Here's McCarthy. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Odighizuwa with the effort there to earn a sack. We've seen how this quarterback can beat you with his legs. Saw it earlier on this drive, as a matter of fact. But that time, they had him covered.
They really gave him no place to escape because oftentimes they're able to find a crack, a sliver, anything that can get them upfield. On that occasion, nothing open at all, and they swarmed him. That completion helps out in a nice way. Now they can take a little bit more time, but guess what? They got to make sure on their throws that they see it open, not just anticipate it.
A big play needed, no doubt. 3rd and long. He's back to throw. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. As the clock will stop with 1:06 left to go in the game.
1st down and goal to go.
Here we go. 1st and goal. Can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. 2nd and goal. He'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Getting home that time to Marvy and Overshown.
So once again, they dial up the pressure and get home and get a sack. It brings up a 3rd and long, but it's really not an unmakeable one, especially considering they just gave up back-to-back sacks.
3rd down and goal coming up here. Back to throw. He throws it on the move, but can't connect as that falls incomplete.
With that incompletion, reality is staring them right in the face. This entire game is down to the next snap.
No choice but to go. Here's 4th down now. They'll indeed go. Here's McCarthy. Oh, he had to force it there on 4th down, and it's intercepted. And the Cowboys have just about sewn up this football game. The Cowboys on their way to victory as they take a knee. What a finish in this one, Charles. You know, this group, they come in, they have to fight a hostile atmosphere every snap. They get the late score, they get the victory, and that flight home, it's going to be a little sweeter after this one.
And Brandon, just like you, I was fired up for that last sequence. How about that? Wouldn't you have loved to have been in the huddle when they were mounting that game-winning drive? Big-time moment. No one shied away from it.
They tuned out the crowd, kept their heads, and executed the way they needed to earn that win.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. From Minneapolis, so long, everybody.
PlayStation